Hey there, this is Goel, and welcome to Let's Play the Diablo 3 beta. I have been incredibly busy this weekend playing some jazz gigs on bass, but I've had the chance while I've been traveling to play some of the Diablo 3 beta, and I'm back home, so now I can really check this out, not on my laptop, but on my primary gaming machine. So I'm going to play a monk. And monks are interesting. Look on the right here. Holy and elemental magic, the ability to heal, quick and agile, and monks are powered by spirit, which is gained through primary attacks. I'm going to go with the character name Legef, which is one of my favorite names since I first used it in RuneScape many moons ago. So, one cool thing with Diablo 3, this idea of customizing your banner. I'll give you an idea of some of the options here. Just basically plain, or I like the right shade. Right now that's the only option, although I'm assuming, and these are variants too. But I like the moon there, and I'm not going to go too crazy. I definitely am pretty fond of the default setting, but you can change all this if you want to. But just to give you an idea of what's there, there are a lot of really cool things there. Like StarCraft 2, WoW, Diablo has achievements built in, all kinds of stuff. And this is just a taste because the beta is limited to the first act. So, yeah, we'll start this character, and there are many more achievements and stuff in the game.
The fallen star is near.
Now, the fallen star is near. There's not much of an introduction in the beta. I'm assuming there's going to be an opening cinematic that's not present. So here we have our first enemy, and if you left-click right now, there's this skill called Fists of Thunder. Attack a single target with a series of rapid punches that can knock back enemies. And it generates spirit, but right now I don't have an ability to actually use up the spirit. And note that I start with full spirit. Some classes, like the barbarians, start with nothing, similar to a warrior in WoW with rage mechanics. It's the same idea.
The fallen star
monks start full
the
and then use it up and then build it back up.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Now, it's interesting to note the art style, from previews and stuff. I'm sure you've seen it, but it's definitely, Diablo 2 and Diablo 1 had a much more very black, neutral colors, some reds, but I mean, it's just very neutral color palettes in the art.
I've never seen anyone fight like that.
Diablo 3, hey, there's a new record, extra XP. So it's very interesting. They track a lot more things than in Diablo 2. So there's a healer here. I wonder what Receive a Blessing is. Maybe it's just to be healed. But and there's a merchant, but we're looking for Leah. So let's go find Leah. Yeah, I'm very fond of the art style. It's not quite like WoW, but it shows they've developed it. I'm very fond of it. I really like where they took it.
Rumford said you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia. But
now, these people look like they're infected, and that would be a good safe assumption. So, unfortunately, now one really cool thing, it's subtle.
This is killing business.
But watch as I don't have to click on the gold like you do in Diablo 1 and 2. I just run right over it. It's awesome. So I just unlocked a new skill. Now, these are the mouse skills, and then I haven't unlocked action bar skills yet, or passive skills. But if I go to the secondary, I just unlocked Lashing Tail Kick. It's a group attack, unleashes a deadly roundhouse kick effective against small groups of enemies. So it's my only option, so I'm going to accept that. And down on the bottom, it changes so that my right click is to do that. And then my spirit doesn't automatically regenerate. I have to attack to regenerate spirit.
the dead will overwhelm us all.
We will continue on.
Is done.
I will send them back to their graves. I will save your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
I love the monks voice actor. Probably my favorite. So this is cool. Unlike having to stop and talk with NPCs to for long extended periods of time to get backstory, a lot of it is in books that you can hear as you go.
6 days.
Here's a sample.
Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
That's a great example of one of the things that developers talked about is how they wanted to make lore so that you didn't have to stop and then experience it, but you could keep the action going. It's very effective, and you can go back and replay stuff if you want to. The risen
I admire
dead.
your courage,
I love it.
Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
That will not be my fate.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
Okay, so we are going to go and generate some spirit, and then this is a perfect time to use my roundhouse kick. Go all Chuck Norris on him. There's one of the wretched mothers that I have to kill, and right now I just have to kill one. There's some knockback.
That's one of the wretched mothers.
Right.
There are more of them in the
Here.
ruins.
Oh, there's one more risen. So it's nice. It's like just some combo or bonuses. Not really a combo, but just bonuses for killing a lot of monsters at once. So there's my first piece of armor. Inferior gloves, and you know you can see it equipped on the character, which is pretty standard. But the armor, the armor definitely starts out looking pretty basic, but they do a good job of breaking it up. From what I've seen, very little of the beta so far. I've played a barbarian up to I don't know, level 5, level 6, somewhere in there, and that was with a really laggy internet connection in Starbucks while I was traveling. So it was kind of an adventure. This beta's had some downtime, nothing unexpected. It's been overall a very good beta. The internet connections I've had available to play on it, as well as my laptop not being as good, have made things interesting. Challenging at times. I've seen some pretty epic lag, but it's not Blizzard's fault on that. That would be my computer and internet connection. But we're not seeing that now. So there's new lore. Let's see what that is.
I am Abdalhazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Honduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
That's funny. So I just, with this bonus part of the quest, I just killed one of these wretched mothers, and from playing my barbarian, I know that in this area there's more wretched mothers than I need, but I'm just kind of wandering around. You can, if you're in a non-combat area, you can right-click or left-click to move around. When you're in a combat area,
I can no longer deny the true nature of the evil that rises from the depths of the cathedral. It is almost too horrible to admit the truth of it. It is the Dark Lord of Terror, Diablo himself, who plagues us.
So Diablo himself. Damp Cellar. Now I played through this section on my barbarian, and this looks different from what I remember on my monk. And like Diablo 2, my understanding is it's randomly generated to a point, and that's one of the things that helps the replayability. In a game that the series can tend to have semi-repetitive gameplay. The nice thing about this is, especially with the sound effects, it conveys a strong sense of power. There's impact when your character lands a hit, and especially with the special attacks. It's very visceral, and I like that. So you see the red dot on the minimap shows one of the objectives. It's not just an enemy, but it's an objective. It's nice that the minimap is standard and played into the UI as opposed to having to have the tab overlay from Diablo 2. Okay, so I've unlocked, well not unlocked, I found an axe. Let's see, So it does slightly more damage, and I get slightly more attacks per second in. So I'm going to move that to my offhand and move the hand axe to my primary hand. I always wonder about games like this. You know, I have lefty friends, and it's
My
like
strength has increased.
Like poor lefties, you know, they it always seems to be the right hand as the primary hand. So okay, so we unlocked a new ability. Now you can only have one of these unlocked, and the primary skills generate spirit. They all do. This one, as opposed to doing knockback, improves reach. So it's multiple strikes that have. It's like a cleave is the idea. If you played WoW, it attacks multiple enemies in front of you, but it also generates spirit, which is useful. So let's see, just 1 gold. So, and one nice thing is when you've gone into an area, you can see that what was a blue, if you look over here on the minimap, what was a blue door, well, after I cleared it, it's orange. One nice thing about this ability too, this new primary ability, it has a longer reach, which is really helpful for a melee heavy class to not have to get quite so close. So let's see. A cave under the well. I don't remember seeing this on my barbarian. Alright, so I finished that bonus quest. And, yeah. I'm gonna finish this off. This will conclude this episode of Let's Play Diablo 3. And in the next episode, I'm going to explore these, let's see, the dank cellar and the cave under the well. Check out the next episode. Thanks so much for watching.